Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Wiki Deluxe Edition. My audio slash commentary might sound a little bit different today just because I'm using a new mic headset recording device thing. Because yesterday I bought a new headset, or headphones, and it's pretty awesome. I really enjoy the headset because the ones that I was using, or the headphones that I was using, I keep saying headset because it has a mic, but I think it's just normal headphones with a mic or however that works or whatever. But anyways, the headphones I was using were okay. They were really good quality and everything. Had a really long cord and everything, but on my ears, whenever I'd use it for a long time, it would just kind of start to hurt because they were kind of like smashing my ears, sort of. So that's kind of something I don't want in a headphone headset thing. But anyways, then I got the Turtle Beach X12 headset thing, and I got it at GameStop for like 49 bucks because it was refurbished. So I thought it was a pretty good deal and everything. And the reason I got these in particular is because they have like a harder headphone set thing around your ear, so that it's around your ear and not necessarily pressing on your ear, which it's kind of hard to explain unless you're actually using it or something. But I think it's really good the way that it fits on my ear and everything. But it also comes with a little mic that I can, have on my face so that I don't have to like get closer to the computer for it to sound better or something like that. However, I don't know exactly how it's going to sound as far as too loud or too quiet or anything, or if it's going to have any different kind of, like a timbre, if you know what that means, like a different kind of sound to it, I guess. I don't know. But I might also be talking kind of quiet right now because my parents and my nephew are sleeping downstairs, but I do have the door closed, and they do seem to be kind of heavy sleepers, I suppose. So I'm not sure exactly if I need to be this quiet or anything, or if I am quiet. But as always, I'll probably just be lowering the volume on the game volume anyways. But anyways, so I'm doing Mount Magma on hard, and I'm using the boomerang thrower with the boomerang thrower specialty building because it's just so much easier with a boomerang thrower right here, specifically in this corner. I think I've tested it in different corners, probably not on screen, but I've tested it, and I think this is the best corner to put it in as far as getting good poppage, I suppose, good popping power. So the reason why I'm going with the Bionic Boomer this time is because the Glaive Ricochet, while it is good and it would be pretty helpful, I think I do that like every time I go on this stage. So I'm going to try the Bionic Boomer because I'm sure it's also going to be really helpful and good and stuff. So I'm just going to go with that and stuff. So anyways, I know that I mentioned it slightly in the last episode, but I didn't really mention it that much. Just that I said I was going to be doing viewer challenges once I started back on Bloons Wiki Deluxe Edition because I kept saying that I was going to do viewer challenges and I never ended up doing them, which I guess I'm still continuing that trend because I said I was going to do viewer challenges and I never did them. But I don't know, because I really want to get through Bloons Wiki Deluxe Edition, like, and just finish all the stages and special missions and random challenges and everything, so that I can just move on to other games and not feel like I'm missing out by not posting these videos. So I kind of want to just rush through the rest of them. Not necessarily rush, like I'm not going to be cutting them down to like 5-minute episodes or anything like that. But like, unless you guys wanted that, but I don't think any of you wanted that. But anyways, so I'm probably going to try to post like 6 videos a week, at least. I mean, again, I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to live up to that promise. But like I said, I'm going to try to have 6 episodes a week, Monday through Saturday. And then that's going to cover like a whole page on the stage select thing. And then maybe, just maybe, I'll post viewer challenges on Sundays. So for now, you can request challenges, and I'll probably read them. Well, I will read your challenge requests, but I don't know when I'm going to do it, because I am just really terrible at doing viewer challenges for some reason. I don't know why. But if I do actually record a viewer challenge, I'll probably post those on Sunday. Like I said, just because I want to do 6 videos a week of actual Bloons Wiki Deluxe Edition. So, with that out of the way, I'm already on round 18, and to get to round 20, or on round 24, there's going to be some camo balloons, so I need to worry about that, kind of. Got 16. Don't think I'm going to be able to get Monkey Village with radar scanner by the time the camo balloon comes around, so I'm just going to use Ninja Monkey. And I'm going to put it right about there, because it doesn't really matter too much on where it is. Just anywhere around the circle should be pretty good for a Ninja Monkey. It's not quite the same as the Boomerang Thrower because the Boomerang Thrower has a specific like arc to its attack, while the Ninja Monkey just sort of shoots forward and with the Seeking Shuriken can just follow the balloons. So I don't think the position around the circle matters too much for the Ninja Monkey. and also because it's not a perfect circle, like it's sort of an ellipse or elliptical form or whatever. Um, that does kind of make a difference as far as like if I put the Ninja Monkey over here, then the range doesn't quite reach the center as far as if I put it on top, then it will reach the center or something like that. So I guess that could make a little bit of a difference, but it shouldn't make a huge difference because it does spend quite a bit of time within this little circle part before it spreads out to those four corners, which is another reason, well, not really another reason, but it's a reason why the Spike Factory isn't very good on this stage, at least not in my opinion, because the Spike Factory, I would think, is really good in places where the balloons will leave all in one lane, all in one spot. So in downstream, I think I might actually use the Spike Factory and put the track on reverse so that the balloons are coming in from multiple sides, multiple spots or whatever, and then they're all leaving throughout one, or I guess two tracks, and then hopefully the Spike Factory will be able to put the spikes there. Although that's going to be in 2 episodes, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do by that point. But anyways, this is sort of round 32, and I'm getting kind of close to having a Bloons Jitsu Master, so might as well get that one as well as my Bionic Boomer, because I'd say they're a pretty good team. The Bionic Boomer in general has really good attack rate, attack speed and everything, so that's pretty good. And then because of this track, the arc of the boomerangs, or the glaives, will keep it within the range of the balloons, I suppose, pretty often, I guess. And then the specialty building means that if it doesn't pop through all the balloons that it can, then it'll be sent out for another round to pop more balloons, which is pretty awesome, which is another reason why I'm using the Bionic Boomer rather than Glaive Ricochet, because it actually takes advantage of the specialty building rather than just the way that the Glaive Ricochet would have been. So anyways, let's see, just these 2 towers obviously are doing massive damage to everything. I'm already making it to round 35, and I remember at one point, I don't remember when, I was playing this game. I think I was just practicing off screen at some point, but I freaked out because I thought round 36 was when the Moab was going to appear, and I was like, oh no, I don't have nearly enough Moab defense, and then I realized that, oh wait, no, it's 46, not 36. But anyways, I'm going to get a Moab Mauler right now just to make sure that I have it ready for when the Moab does appear, and I'm not caught off guard or anything. So then just get frag bombs in a second once I get enough money. What round is this? 37. Alright, just reminding myself what round it is, I guess. And then I think it was round 39, or it might have been round 37 right here at the end. Yeah, some camo whites. I'm trying to remember all the important rounds, specifically the ones that have camo balloons, the ones that have Moabs, the ones that have ceramic balloons, I suppose. Although I don't know when the first ceramic balloon appears. I think it's after round 42, but I don't remember. Because I know for round 42, round 42 is the regrows and camo rainbows, which is kind of a bit of a threat if you're not that strong, I suppose. But having Bloons Jitsu Master, I think, is enough to deal with the rainbow regrows, or rainbow camos that appear, and then having Bionic Boomer will definitely take care of any of the regrow rainbows. So anyways, let's see, how much does this cost? 3,070. So I'm just going to get another one because having 2 is better than 1 in this circumstance. And I don't think I really need to set it to strongest because its range will basically cover anywhere where the Moab is, and the explosion of it will also cover the Moab, so I don't think it's that important to put it on strongest for its targeting, but I'm going to put it there anyways, just to be safe, I suppose. And I'm going to place this monkey village right about here, so that I can cover all these 4, and then also give me some room to place some towers on the other side as well. And I'm going to increase the attack rate for all these towers just to make it a little bit more powerful, and then get monkey for it in a second. So yeah, rainbow camo, definitely no match for the Bloons Jitsu Master, especially with the Jungle Drums upgrade, even though I'm sure it didn't need the Jungle Drums upgrade. And specifically on this track, where they actually stay within the range of Bloons Jitsu Master for quite a while. This feels like it's a really easy track, rather than like advanced or intermediate or whatever it is, just because the balloons stay within the same area for quite a while, and that lets you pop them easier because all the balloons are within the same range. You're able to pop them, they're within your range to pop, or whatever, however you want to phrase that. They're really easy to pop for a while. And this might actually be a pretty good track for mortars, because the mortars just have to put it there, and then, like I said, they're within the range for a long time. But I just personally don't really use mortars that often, as you can tell, specifically because of the sound effect that it makes, which I've kind of gotten over it. Haven't mentioned how much I don't like the sound effect from the bombs in quite a while, which is kind of interesting. But But yeah, the monkey village is definitely more useful for camo detection in my opinion, just because that grants camo detection to all your towers rather than how the mortar tower can get rid of the camo on the balloons, which is useful, but it doesn't have a 100% hit rate, so it's still possible that it'll miss or something. So I try not to depend on that too much in that circumstance or whatever. So anyways, let's see, what else shall I do? Kind of want to just build some more Moab Maulers, just to be safe, because I know there's going to be a lot of Moabs in the future and all that, so might as well just throw a couple down. And because of the monkey village, they should have a little bit of reduced price, but only by about 10% I think, so come on. Yeah, so 3070 and 2770, so yeah, just about 10% decrease. Not a huge deal, not a huge discount, I suppose. But anyways, I don't think I really need to worry too much about anything now, because having 4 Moab Maulers plus a Bloons Wiki Master and Bionic Boomer is really good Moab defense. So, like I said, I don't really need to worry about that. Yeah, the thing you just said, do I have any super monkeys? And no, I do not, but I don't really need any super monkeys, because they are pretty powerful, but they're slightly overrated, in my opinion. Because obviously Moab Maulers are really good against Moabs, and it's kind of like, instead of having general popping power, like a super monkey, it just has really awesome attack speed, piercing power, and all that, and pretty good range. Rather than having just one thing that's really awesome at everything, and just have a lot of those to cover everything, I think it would be smarter to have specialization, where you've got these Moab Maulers that do huge damage to the Moabs, and then just decent damage to everything else, and then these Bloons Wiki Masters and Boomerang Thrower or Bionic Boomer to do a lot of damage to just normal type balloons or whatever. That way, sort of specializing it so that you can spend less money on more powerful things, I suppose, if that makes sense. I don't know. Just sort of, I'm gonna buy Super Monkey just because. I don't know. Meh. Even after all I say about how you don't really need it and it's not that great and overrated and you shouldn't use it and everything, then I just go ahead and use it anyways. It's weird how I do that. My brain works in strange ways. But yeah. Anyways, it's kind of like the dungeon grouping class party thing for like MMOs, or specifically World of Warcraft or Eden Eternal, because those are really the only 2 MMOs that I've really ever played. I have played others, but not really, not that frequently. But anyways, kind of like the DPS tank healer strategy, which I suppose it doesn't have to deal with only MMORPGs, but general things like this. But anyways, so like the DPS being strictly based on dealing damage, kind of like a glass cannon, if you're familiar with that term, just being specialized to do a whole bunch of damage, doesn't really care too much about health or like evasion or anything like that. And then the tank is focused a lot more on defensive abilities and being able to defend themselves and to generate aggro so that enemies will only attack that tank, and that way it's, you know, protecting itself and protecting its allies by only taking damage for itself. But of course, even with the best defenses, you're still going to take some damage, so you need a healer to heal up your tank and heal up any DPS that somehow got hit by something. So yeah, that kind of mentality of just, instead of having one person who's really good at all 3, and then just needing a bunch of those people, or a really amazing one person, just specializing everything so that one person can just focus on one specific task and be really good at that task, and then have other people who are really good at the things that the other person is weak at, if that makes sense. I think that's a really cool idea of just putting people together that are really good at one thing that they enjoy, rather than making a bunch of people that are good at everything, even though they don't enjoy it that much, type of thing. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm actually making sense or just rambling on for no reason. Probably both. But anyways, with this setup that I have, I got a Robo-Monkey in there. I could have had that a little while ago, but it doesn't really matter. Robo-Monkey is kind of like the DPS, kind of, I suppose. Well, not really. It's kind of hard to say a DPS, tank, and healer in this game because there's no, you're not taking any damage, you're just dealing damage. So they're kind of all DPS. It's just sort of what kind of DPS they are, like Moab defense, camo defense, lead defense, everything defense. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. There's something I did want to talk about. I did want to. Is that correct? I don't know. I wanted to. I wanted to talk about something yesterday, and I had forgotten to, but the thing that I want to talk about is solar roadways. You might have heard about them. I don't know exactly how like mainstream it is or anything. I just read about it on Tumblr, and then I got super motivated by it and just started spreading the word everywhere I could. You may have seen my video that I posted that I said like important notice, read the description and all that, which I'm actually going to take down that video. So by the time you're watching this, it might be gone already. But anyways. Basically, there's these things called solar roadways, which technically aren't exactly a thing yet. It's an invention by these two people whose names I can't remember, although I really should look into remembering their names. Basically, it's solar panels that you use as roads, or you're transforming the roads into solar panels, which sounds a little counterproductive because, you know, you're driving on them, so wouldn't that block the sun or whatever, but when you think about it, there's a lot of road that takes out the sun that we're not actually driving on in comparison to the amount of road that we are driving on, if that makes sense. But anyways, before I continue on about that, I'm actually going to get an ice tower and get Arctic wind and viral frost because I have enough money for that, and then deep freeze. But anyways, just going to get that because of those clumps of balloons that might cause a bit of trouble. Not too much because again I have more room for room to attack them on or whatever. So not a huge deal. I'm going to get turbocharge once I have money for that. But anyways, solar roadways. It's an invention that, without going into too much detail because there's a lot of detail I can go into, like I said, basically solar powered, or not solar powered roadways, solar energy generating roadways, I guess. I don't know, solar panel roadways. It can basically remove all need for energy if it works as well as it's planned or estimated to work, because the current estimations were that it can generate if every road in America, USA, was transformed into a solar roadway, then we'd be generating 3 times the amount of energy we're currently using, which, for any of you who don't know, we're kind of in an energy crisis. You might have heard, might have not heard, might have heard and thought it was a joke, but some people have been saying like, oh yeah, we got fossil fuels to last us for another 100 years. You do realize we're in the year 2014. 100 years is going to go by pretty quickly. If even for us, that's going to be like one lifetime. So like, sure, we're not going to live to see the end of the fossil fuels, but you know, the human race will continue on past us, and if they don't have any fossil fuels, that's going to start a war because of people trying to find energy and needing energy and fighting each other for energy. And by energy, I just mean like fuel for electricity and gas power stuff, cars and everything. Basically, everything you own needs electricity, either because it functions on electricity or because it was made with something that uses electricity. So we need energy, and we're running out. But we're not going to run out of the sun for any time soon. So solar power is definitely the way to go if you can use it right. And the solar roadway is definitely one way you can use it right, because even though it's amazing that it can produce that much energy, or at least I've been told, I don't actually know the actual numbers or anything, but still, like, if you can produce 3 times the amount of energy that America uses just by converting America's energy, imagine what you could do by creating those solar roadways all over the world and just ridding the world of a solar energy problem type of thing. But then there's a whole bunch of other benefits to using these that I'm not even going to get into. It's just really amazing. I think you should check it out. But the reason I wanted to talk about it yesterday was because I only found out about it like 3 or 4 days ago, and it was a Kickstarter campaign, and they needed like $1 million. Like literally, their goal was $1 million, and they were only at like 300,000. And it not necessarily scared me, but it made me really sad because I thought like, man, this could literally be like the greatest invention in the 21st century, and it might not be funded. And it just made me, like, I guess kind of panic a little bit, just because I supported this idea so much, and I was so afraid that it might not be funded, and I was spreading the word everywhere I could and everything. And then just like yesterday, after I recorded the episode that I posted for, well, not yesterday, well, anyways, sometime yesterday, I actually checked back on the fundraiser, and they reached their goal, which I thought was amazing. That I think they raised $700,000 in like 4 days, which is pretty amazing. But it's definitely a goal that is worth that much money. So I wanted to tell you guys more to help. You don't have to support with money. You could just spread the word to help someone else who has enough money to donate or whatever. Because I understand that not everyone wants to donate, even if they do support the idea. Because, I mean, I even personally didn't donate any money, partly because I figured, okay, there's $1 million $100 as a goal, if I put in my 100 and then they reach their goal with like 1,200,000 left, like more than their goal, then my $100 that would be important to me for buying stuff like my headset, which isn't really that important, but you know what I mean. Like the $100 means more to me personally, or relatively, than it does to them with their $1 million goal, if that makes sense. But still, that's not an amazing, not theology, but ideology, or thought process to go through, I guess. But anyways, so the point is, they reached their goal, which is pretty amazing, and I'm definitely looking forward to solar roadways in the future. I definitely recommend you guys to look it up, because even if you're not in America, I'm sure that technology will reach you eventually. It might take a while longer than if you're in America, because it is American inventors or whatever, but I'm sure that technology will not stay in America for very long once it becomes widely known and popular and everything. And if it actually works as well as it says it's going to work, which I think it will, because it seems like it will. But anyways, I definitely think you should check it out. I don't think I'll put a link in the description, but just look up solar roadways, or solar freaking roadways, as the video says it is. And I think you'll probably enjoy what you see, just because it's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's going to be the end of my little rant spiel thing about it. And like I said, I'm probably going to take down the video that I posted, just because I don't need to have it there anymore. You don't need to worry about trying to fund it, because it's already got its funding, which is pretty awesome. And it'll probably reach even more money by the time it ends, although it already has reached its goal. So all the people that are like freaking out, like, oh no, we need to support this, like they're probably going to calm down a little bit because it's already reached the goal. But having more money would never hurt that project. They could definitely use as much money as they can get. Yeah, and it made me think about me starting my own Kickstarter, and I realized that I'm not going to do a Kickstarter because, one, I don't have enough people to actually support me and actually help me finish the Kickstarter. Like, I wouldn't be able to actually succeed in my goal or whatever. But then also, I don't really need the money that I was thinking about. Like, I don't need a computer, or a new computer. Oh no, I'm losing lives. What happened? I wasn't even paying, I mean, I was kind of paying attention. How did that happen? I don't know. I've got a bunch of money. Might as well get this up to a technological terror. And, let's use another one? No, I'll use a mortar. Just because I haven't really used those. And I'll bring it up to, well, almost to the big one. Just to a bigger explosion, I suppose. Not really sure what happened there. Because it looked like it was a bunch of not rainbows, rainbow camo balloons, but I guess round 78 is a big clump of ceramics, which I guess is a problem for these balloons, but I don't know, I thought my defense was good enough for clumped balloons because of the Arctic frost and then just the area of effect of a Moab Mauler and the general power of all these balloons, which, if it's frozen, then the whatchamacallit, the Bloonjitsu Master might not be able to pop it, but with only losing the Bloonjitsu Master, it shouldn't be that bad. I don't know, whatever. Still trying to wait for that big one upgrade, but again, I'm not sure what exactly happened, because obviously here it's fine, but then more balloons appear or something? I don't know, maybe the Monkey Village stopped working for a second, or I don't know, just a whole bunch of ceramic camos. Strange. But anyways, let's just get the big one. So that's just a massive explosion that basically covers the entire circle where these balloons are, so that should definitely take care of it. I shouldn't have to worry about any balloons after that. Again, I'm not really sure why it was so bad, but I did have plenty of money. I could have just been spending more money and, you know, building a mortar or more super monkeys or something. Not a big deal, I suppose. Just, you know, if you're playing this game, watching me using my strategy while you're playing, you should definitely watch the video first for moments like that when I don't pay attention and lose to something like that. But again, it's only 200 monkey money, and I'm getting like 900 for beating this, so it's like a plus 700 anyways. So that's nice. And let me know what you guys think about what I should spend my monkey money on, because there is still that hotter cooldown deluxe upgrade, but I don't really need it because I never really use activated abilities anyways. But since it's the last one, I feel like I should probably get it anyways. And then, of course, specialty buildings, which aren't as expensive as I thought they were, apparently. No, I think it's about like 4,000, so I would take about like 7 of these rounds, so that is kind of expensive. But anyways, again, just let me know what you think about what I should spend my monkey money on, and whether or not I should do more viewer challenges, like more compared to the normal tracks I'm doing. Um, so yeah, and I am going to try to post these more frequently, not necessarily more frequently, but more consistently and more for a longer period of time, I suppose. What time is it? It's 11:12. Not sure if that's important to you guys at all. But anyways, yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about while I'm here? Because I remember one time I was asking people like what I should talk about, and then they're like, "Oh, you should talk about like your favorites of stuff." Not really sure what else to talk about. Like even like talking about favorites of things. Like I don't know what favorites I would talk about. I think I talked about books last time, or video games, or TV shows, or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, anything in particular, like specific topics, not just like favorites, because that's a good suggestion to ask me to talk about my favorites or whatever. If you guys have any questions, like a Q&A type video type thing, I've tried to do that in the past, where I was like, oh hey, you guys should ask me questions, and then like one person asked me a question, and I knew them in real life, so I just talked to them in person. It's like, yeah, that was kind of a bummer, because I was kind of expecting anyone to have questions. And I've mentioned this before, very briefly, I don't remember what video it was in, but there's questions that I want you guys to ask me, because I have answers, and I've sort of set up the way I do things to make it seem like you should ask me a question in that general regard or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain without just giving it away. But, so yeah, there are questions that I want you to ask me that I'm surprised no one has asked me yet. Well, I'm kind of surprised no one has asked me yet. Not really. But anyways, this is going to be the last level round thingamajig. So I'm just going to get this, whatchamacallit, I already forgot what it's called, Bloon Chipper. Because that'll be fun just to see it eat everything. Well, not really everything, because it's just one. But just a nice little help to get rid of the ZMG. And there you go, 900 monkey money. I was going to say city cash, but that's not the right game. But anyways, so that's 2,585, and I wonder what the next one I want to get is. I don't know. But anyways, let's see what the next track is going to be. It's going to be Lightning Scar. I'm going to use my Wizards on that. Then Downstream, I'm going to use my Buccaneer on that. It's going to be a hard one. I never liked Downstream. The Eye seems pretty easy to me. I don't remember having any trouble with that. And the Great Divide, that's going to be a problem. And then next week, I'm going to be doing Cash Money, Scorched Earth, Rink Revenge, Ascension, Rail Track, and Clock. Clock, I actually enjoy that track. It's pretty easy. Rail Track, that's going to be really hard. Ascension might be hard. I was pretty good at it last time. Scorched Earth, it'll be my first time playing that track, really. I played it on co-op once, but anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Oh, and before I go real quick, anyone that requests to play like Bloons Battles with me or want to play a co-op with me, keep asking me in the comments. Like, don't like spam like 10 comments on the same video, but like keep asking me repeatedly, because I'll probably say like, yes, I do want to do it, but I'm really bad at scheduling and making myself available to do that with you guys. But I do actually want to play these games with you guys, because that'd be kind of cool. But like I said, I'm really terrible at scheduling, so you'll have to remind me multiple times if you guys really want to play it. But again, don't post like 10 comments on the same video. Don't do that kind of spam. Just post like one video or one comment a day for like a week or something, and I'll probably get around to it. But trust me, I do want to play the games with you guys. I'm just really terrible at scheduling. So anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.